Excuse my mess, but I believe I found a better alternative to the core pins for the Do-It flat no-roll sinker molds. Instead of using the core pin, I'm using a piece of 10 gauge ground wire, cutting it to 3 to 4 foot sections, or inch sections, instead of the core pin. Seems to work pretty well. And then to remove them, I've just placed it in a vise. So I'll show you that process. Of the 10 gauge copper ground wire, just cut yourself off a section and then strip the wire off, strip the insulation off it. Once you get the insulation stripped off of your wire, go ahead and just cut little small sections, which is somewhat difficult with just one hand. So here you've got several small pieces of 10 gauge wire. It fits right in there, and you're ready to pour. Now you'll notice there is a slight gap. You just squeeze it a little tight. I think these the 10 gauge wire is just slightly thicker than the core pins, but if you squeeze it, that gap will close and you'll be good to go. I'll go ahead and pour a couple quick things here. And you notice the 5-ounce one drop through. That figures, but that's alright, I'll show you anyway. So now you've got your two things poured. Take it over here to the vise. Removing it is quite easy. You stick the first one in, tighten the vise. There's the first one removed. If it gets bent, you can bend it right back. There's one. Tighten it up. Pull up on it. There's the second one. Again, excuse the mess. Open it up. There's your sinkers. I find it to be much easier to use the vise to remove the copper wire than using a pair of pliers or something to try and get those core pins out without bending them. Use the copper wire. Doesn't really matter if you bend it. There you go. Some of the pieces of wire, they're all kind of bent up after pulling them out of the mold, but they bend back pretty easy. You can straighten them, fairly simply. Something I forgot to mention is it is easier if you'll go ahead and put a little hook of some sort on the end here. Just kind of bend a little bit, and that'll just keep it from falling down through the mold before you're ready to pour. Hope that helps.